say, what if we did?
What if?
Is that like the end of the world or something?
Certainly not.
Why shouldn't we be able to do that once in a while if we want to?
I know!
I mean, really, what is the big deal? We go in there, we're in there for a while, and we come back out of here. It's not complicated.
It's almost stupid if we didn't.
It's moronic.
Absurd!
Of course, I guess maybe some little problems could arise.
Well, there are always a few.
I mean, if anything happened and we couldn't be friends the way we are now, that would really be bad.
Devastating.
Because this is very good.
And that would be good.
That would be good too. The idea is to combine the this and the that. But this cannot be disturbed.
Yeah, we just want to take this and add that.
But of course, we'd have to figure out a way to avoid the things that cause the little problems. Maybe some rules or something.
Huh.
For example, now I call you whenever I'm inclined and vice versa.
Right.
But if we did that, we might feel a certain obligation to call.
Well, why should that be? Oh, I have an idea. No calls the day after that.
Beautiful. Let's make it a rule.
All right, sir.
Now here's another little rule.
Yeah.
When we see each other now, we retire to our separate quarters. But sometimes when people get involved with that, they feel pressure to sleep over. When that is not really sleep. Sleep is separate from that. And I don't see why sleep got all tied up and connected with that.
Okay. Rule number 2, spending the night is optional.
Well, now we're getting somewhere.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the SOS Podcast. I'm Gabe Santa Maria. With me is my co-host, Great Britt.
Great Britt.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
We were just watching the clip from Seinfeld, the episode called The Deal, where Elaine and Jerry are trying to figure out how to be friends with benefits.
Confusing stuff.
It's hard stuff. We're talking about casual sex today. We've done some research, trying to figure out the do's and don'ts, the pros and cons, where it's good, when it's gone bad. And we heard from you guys, so we're just going to go get right into it, since we have already. You have any history with casual sex?
Yeah.
I think we all do at this point. I think, in fact, because our last episode was a lot about, Valentine's Day and the first date type stuff. But I feel like this is more common.
Oh, definitely.
Than actually dating.
Right, yeah. For some odd reason, I hate to be that person to be like millennials, but like it is that like we've really I don't know. It's like the terms for dating it almost honestly makes me not want to do it because it's just confusing. It's like you don't really know. It was like before you kind of knew what, like everybody kind of wanted the same shit, so you knew like what to expect from each other.
I mean, there was traditional goals with all that stuff,
right? But now it's kind of like, I try to be very, very straightforward in the beginning.
Right. In the beginning,
right? Let's not. But that's when you need to know, like, okay, what are you in this for? Like, are we just, because if we are, like, okay, but if you're looking for more, like where I'm at right now, like, I don't really think I want more.
Yeah, well, it's a two-way street, though. I feel like in some of these situations, not every time, because I just go out there and say it. Like, I've done it. I've had my fair share. I'm not great at it. The casual thing. It's only under certain circumstances, and I think these circumstances aren't for everybody. They're just for me,
right?
Because I've done short-term casual stuff where it's not. I guess I fooled around with somebody a few times, and then we we're like, oh, well, that happened, and we're still friends this day, you know. Then there are other things that I've kind of got more long term, a little more complicated.
I relate. I've had some where it was to the point and yeah, not a long amount of time. And then, for instance, my last situation, like I'm still tying up those feelings. But
Tying it up?
yeah. Because, I don't know. I think that might be what it is. It's just it lasted too long. Like, we didn't know when to be like, all right, let's just not do this anymore.
Well, I mean, I think everybody has their own set of rules when it comes to stuff. Some people are really good at it, and I'm almost surprised because I'm like, wow, I couldn't. I mean, first of all, I personally just don't like dealing with that many people. Like, and I don't want to have to deal with anybody extra.
Yeah.
Any extra person in my life. Unfortunately, I can't do it. I can't fit them in. I got like 2.5 friends. I'm like at my limit. That's it. And then after that, I just need somebody there for I guess get some sex. But they might not just want all that, you know, or I might want more later on. Who knows? It's topsy turvy, and it's also like I can't because some people I think somebody will have to be casual with. I can't treat them like a normal person because they want to. I mean, I'll put it this way. I think casual sex is kind of a broader term. After like talking to certain people over the past week and a half about it, I think it's a broader term than I thought it was because it's not just fuck buddies. It's not just friends with benefits. It's not just meeting up, or it's not just one night stands. Like these are all under the blanket of casual sex.
Right.
You know, it's not just this one thing.
But that goes back to it that like the definitions are not as like black and white as they were however many years ago.
I think the most black and white term for it is two people who have sex and they're not in a relationship. I think it's about as black and white as it can get.
It's non-commitment.
Yeah. Whoever's having a casual sex with their wife, nice. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Nice. I don't know how you pulled that off. I mean, since the beginning of time, people have been trying to figure this out. People still have it. I don't know if there's some sort of handbook, some sort of code, some sort of unwritten rules out there somewhere with how to navigate around all this stuff. And like I said, some are good of it. Would you say more, these millennial relationships and everything, instead of like the traditional, like we're gonna go out on some dates and then, third date, I'll let him he can come over to my house. We're gonna go back to somebody's house, or is it more like, we started like hooking up and I don't know, we might be dating now. I think it's more along those lines.
Yeah,
that sounds more familiar to me.
Yeah. Cause I honestly like don't do the one night stand thing. Like,
that's as casual as it gets.
Yeah, like I've never really like met someone just out at a club or a bar and then we like left together. Like I've just never had that like.
I've never had that
experience.
Exact thing. I don't think I've met somebody and had sex with them like an hour later. My body does not attract that type.
Right. Yeah, I've never. It's honestly kind of odd how much that's like on TV as like a thing because I really don't feel like it happens that often. And if it does, like I just don't meet people who do that really.
Right? Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I guess there's some. I don't know because like I mean, I gotta say, anybody who's good at this stuff, at the casual sex, you don't even know they're doing it. You kind of don't know. I hear about it later on. Maybe we're at a brunch or something. You know, like you went exactly. You know what happened last night? No way. I didn't even see you leave. It was like, holy shit. So yeah, I think there's certain things, lines I don't cross. I don't think I could be like the term friends with benefits. I assume that's somebody you're friends with that you're having sex with, right?
I had a friend tell me that she doesn't really believe in that term because I hope I can remember everything correctly because it was a little bit ago that we
just
had
don't say her name. We're not directly quoting.
I know. True. Basically, like, how can you say we love and care for our friends, so it's like, how can you really maintain that status when that's like your friend? Like, if it's truly your friend, like, then you do love and care for that person and there is room for more emotion versus it being just like I've had a situation where like the guy kept trying to like tell me about himself, and I would just try to like zone out because I'm just like, I don't want to get to know you. Like, I don't want to be invested, you know?
Well, yeah. I mean, well, that's the thing, too. Like, we think about just the word before we get to the sex part. Think about the word casual. What does that usually mean? You got, like I said, oh, what's the dress
Small
like?
talk.
Small talk. What do you got to do? How do I have to dress? Dress casual. What does that mean? You like you don't even care.
True.
Okay? Casual Fridays. What's that mean? It means we don't care. You know? Maybe that's not the what they were going for, but if you break down the phrase, yeah, look up the word casual, see what we got, and see, yeah, I know exactly what sex is, according to PE class back in the day. They did not spend any time on casual though.
Casual, adjective, relaxed and unconcerned.
That's pretty accurate.
Not regular or permanent. A person who does something irregularly.
Oh yeah, so
I
it
really
can't.
struggled with that.
Yeah, it was a tongue twister.
Is there another one? Let me see. Done or acting without sufficient care or thoroughness.
Okay.
So, when you're having casual sex, do you not really give your best performance?
I think casual is a nice term. I think casual is a nice term for all those things you just like described it as. I don't know if I can if I hooked up with some girl and we're talking about afterwards, like, so where are you trying to go with this? And I was just like, somewhere relaxed and unconcerned. What do you think?
I'd like to do something irregularly.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Okay. Something not permanent, just
Lax.
It's pretty straightforward. But don't get me wrong. I gotta say, like I've had some good times with casual sex. I don't wanna demean it so much like it's this horrible thing. Because I know a ton of people do it, and I have, and I've had some great times. Don't get me wrong. And like I said, the times where it was just like it was short term, and it was like, oh yeah, the person I was fooling around with for like a month, and then like, oh, we're like that happened. We were usually drunk, but. We were at the same place at the same time, and I don't hate you, so yeah, let's just go.
And a lot of times that place was Emilio's.
Ah. Well, that goes back to my other thing, too, because I got to say, like, and this is not just with casual stuff, but just like most of you've known me for a long time, and for like almost 10 years now, and like,
wow.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. Transform, evolve. Back in our 20s, early 20s.
I'm still in my 20s.
You're still in your 20s. My bad, my mistake.
Never mind. I was going to say, I was in places I shouldn't have been at a young age.
Oh! That place is closed down now.
True. Gee, you wonder why.
We're going to go to some Yelp reviews later. Anyways. No, but I did not like to hook up within my friend circle. If I did try to do the hookup thing, never. I did a couple times, and it ended bad. And it wasn't within a friend circle that was really... I mean, sometimes, but it wasn't that crazy or whatever. But I don't like to do it within my friend circle. I don't like to risking the friendships. I mean, that's what the Seinfeld thing at the beginning of the show was about. Like,
yeah, they're way too close of friends to go that route.
They hook up. If you want to know what happened in the episode, they can watch it on Hulu. It's called The Deal. Look for it. I think it's on season 4 or 5. It doesn't matter. Anyways, they try to navigate. I think at one point he decides not to spend the night, and she gets kind of upset at it. And it doesn't. They remain friends though, and they don't. It doesn't go long term. And that honestly, and I was at the time they told me they said about that. I got interviewed about that episode, and they were like, I guess people at NBC were really pushing Jerry and Elaine to be, a thing. Because they're like, we need for y'all